Cześć, tutaj Moni and welcome to Learn Polish with Advanced Lesson 26. As promised, today we are going to look at those verbs that we learned in the past few lessons, verbs belonging to the first, second, third and irregular group as well, and see how they behave, if you like, in the sentences, how we can we're going to observe the context of the sentences as well, how they appear in the different sentences and change the meaning also. I'm going to especially focus on these two examples there. So today verbs that we learned, but also a few new words, new vocabulary. Just a few words, nothing too complicated, and you will see that I created sentences that will require you to understand the accusative case that we learned previously as well. So make sure that you revise or you know how to conjugate verbs from the first, second, third, and irregular group. Those verbs that we had as a template only, right? And also make sure that you understand and you remember accusative, okay? Because it's quite important for this lesson. So our task today is to look at the sentences and trying to kind of digest it, if you like, digest them and understand them. Let's start with wstaję rano. Wstaję rano. Because I'm reading it quite quickly, wstaję rano, this here becomes more as e. If I wanted to read it very, very slowly, I would say wstaję rano. This would be more noticeable. So wstaję rano. Rano is when, actually in the morning. Rano, in the morning, so the question is when. I'm saying that because you may think we need to apply accusative straight away. Wstaję rano, I get up in the morning. When? In the morning. So rano, treat it as an expression, in the morning. Wstaję rano. Wstawać is the verb to get up. It belongs to the first conjugation. Wstaję is the first person singular. A new word here. Let's start with owsianka, nominative form. Owsianka, feminine noun, is porridge. Porridge. So as you can see, owsianka takes the form owsiankę here. Why? Because I'm cooking it, right? And you would know that I'm cooking it because you already know the verb gotować, also from the first conjugation, and you know it changes gotuje. So gotuję owsiankę. Gotuję owsiankę. I'm cooking a porridge. Gotuję owsiankę. Gotuję owsiankę. Okay, slower and then quicker. Gotuję owsiankę. So owsiankę. The here becomes more like F, unvoiced F. So not owsiankę, but owsiankę. S-I-A is pronounced as sha. Sha. So owsiankę. Okay, let's look at the third sentence. Ona pisze e-mail. She's writing an email. You should know this verb by now. Ona pisze email. Email, masculine noun, inanimate, non-living, therefore there is no change in accusative, but still we have a subject, verb and an object. So we need to look at accusative at all times, really, right? We need to look and investigate whether we need to change it. But when it comes to the word email, as it's inanimate, masculine, there is no change. But there is a change, as you can see, in the word kawa, because like owsianka, feminine noun, it also changes its form in accusative. All feminine nouns do, almost all, to be precise. So on pije kawę. He's drinking coffee. On pije kawę. Verb pić, to drink, also belongs to the first conjugation. So on pije kawę. So wstaję, gotuję, piszę, piję. So let's look at some verbs belonging to the second conjugations. Second conjugation in the context of sentences, of new sentences. So let's look at robimy śniadanie. We are making breakfast. Robimy śniadanie. The word śniadanie, neuter noun, śniadanie, breakfast. Breakfast in Polish, and no change as neuter nouns don't change in accusative. So robimy śniadanie. This time we have we are making. We make, right? Robimy. We can see that we are talking about us because we've got the ending my, which is quite specific for the first person plural. Robimy śniadanie. Robimy śniadanie. Okay, so new word, śniadanie, owsianka, so breakfast, porridge, and in the morning, rano. Another sentence, dziękuję, nie palę. Thank you, I don't smoke. Dziękuję, nie palę. So we could say that if somebody offers us a cigarette and we don't smoke, dziękuję, nie palę. Thank you, I don't smoke. Nie palę. So our negation is done by putting the word nie, negation nie, just before the verb. So dziękuję, nie palę. Nie is going to be translated in English as I don't, right? So nie palę. Nie palę. Palić conjugates as palę, palisz, pali, palimy, palicie, palą. Okay? Now we've got nosić, to carry, but also to wear. A new word, okulary, plural noun. Okulary, glasses. So as we haven't done yet, accusative plural, just accept there is no change here. There won't be. For if we are dealing with plural nouns, inanimate, there will be no change. So okulary, glasses. Ona nosi okulary. She wears glasses. Ona nosi okulary. Now, verbs, motion verbs, to go, that we have in Polish are very troublesome to students, because in English you've got to go, and you can go by car, you can go by food, but in Polish we have a few verbs to specify the meaning of to go. And because it really cries for another lesson and it could be confusing, I'm not going to explain the difference between all different verbs to go, because this is not a lesson about that. But what I would like you to know at this stage is that idę, which is irregular verb, as you know, iść belongs to the irregular group. Idę is I'm going now. That's the meaning of now. I'm doing it in present tense, now. Idę, I'm going to work, that would mean. Idę do pracy. Chodzę suggests the frequency. I go to work every day, often, maybe even rarely, hardly ever, but we're talking about how often we do that, okay? So think about frequency in this verb, kind of inbuilt in this verb. I'm not doing it now. I do it maybe once, twice, 3 times every day, always, hardly ever, maybe never, but there is, I'm saying kind of between the lines how often I do that, right? So if I want to say that I go to work by foot, right, I would use chodzę do pracy, because this is the verb to go without using any means of transport. No vehicle involved in you, if you know what I mean. That's chodzę. If you go to work by some kind of means of transport, whether it's a car, if you drive, if you go by bus, you don't have to even say that what kind of vehicle you're using. But if it's not on foot, if it's not the general I go, that would be jeżdżę. Okay, so the jeżdżę suggest you are using transport. Chodzę suggest you're not using the transport. Both of them tell you a little bit about frequency. Okay, but idę is to go now, and that's why I put now there. Okay, this is all I need you to know at this stage, so that you're not going to be confused. So ona nosi okulary. We stopped at ona nosi okulary. She wears glasses. So now chodzę do pracy. Chodzę do pracy. I go to work. In general, I go to work. That means I go to work maybe every day, maybe twice a week. I don't know how often, but I don't do it just as one-off. Okay, that's important information. Now, jeżdżę do pracy, the same thing, the same meaning, but I know that I'm using some kind of vehicle there, right? Jeżdżę do pracy. Jeżdżę do pracy. And you would say what you're using by adding more information after pracy, right? I just I didn't do that. I just wanted you to look at those two verbs on this basic level. So chodzę do pracy, I go to work. Chodzę do pracy, I go to work. Jeżdżę do pracy, I go to work by some means of transport. Jeżdżę do pracy. So chodzę, jeżdżę. Do pracy, to work. To work. Chodzę do pracy, jeżdżę do pracy. Another verb from the second conjugation is tańczyć. Ona tańczy. She's dancing or she dances. Ona tańczy. Ona tańczy. Let's look at the verb from a third conjugation to understand and to know something, to be able to do something, or the meaning of can. Rozumiem, I understand. Rozumiem ją. Do you remember the lesson when we were using personal pronouns in accusative? I understand her. She, in accusative, takes form of ją. So, rozumiem ją, I understand her. Rozumiem ją, that's she, an accusative. We have to put she in accusative because it's the situation of subject, verb, and object. I understand her, right? Now, I can't dance. Nie umiem tańczyć. Nie umiem. I don't know how to exactly. So that's why we often translate the verb umieć as to know how to do something. So to be able to do something in the meaning of to know how. So nie umiem tańczyć. I cannot dance. I can't dance. I don't know how. Nie umiem tańczyć. So umieć will have that meaning of to know how to do something. Can do something. Now, ona go kocha. Ona go kocha. She loves him. And he, in accusative, takes form of go. So, ona go kocha. Kochać, ać, ending, third conjugation, kocham, kochasz, kocha, kochamy, kochacie, kochają. He, in accusative, as she loves him, right? We can say ona kocha go, But in a situation like that, we very often kind of group uh, short words together and kind of longer at the very end. So ona go kocha, short, and the longer one. But there's nothing wrong in saying ona kocha go. That's absolutely fine. Just back to this one for a second. Nie umiem tańczyć. You can see that you've got here a verb in infinitive. So I cannot dance as to dance, right? Verb belonging to the second conjugation, and umieć, nie umiem, I cannot, I don't know how, belonging to the third one. Gdzie jesteś? Where are you? Gdzie jesteś? To be irregular verb, you know already. Jestem, jesteś, jest, jesteśmy, jesteście. Są. Gdzie jesteś? Where are you? Mam kota. And here we go. We've got mieć, to have as irregular. Mam conjugates as mam, masz, ma, mamy, macie, mają. So mam kota. This time I'm talking about a living animal. Therefore, I need that a letter for accusative. So mam kota. Wiedzieć, to know. On nie wie, he doesn't know, gdzie jest przystanek, where the bus stop is. So on nie wie, gdzie jest przystanek. Literally, he doesn't know where is the bus stop, right? So on nie wie, gdzie jest przystanek. He doesn't know where the bus stop is. So nie wie, doesn't know. Negation, nie before the verb, and we have a meaning of doesn't know. I already talked about this one. Idę, I'm going now. I'm going to work now. So idę. So let's do just two more. Mogę, I can. Być, be a businessman. I can be a businessman. Mogę być businessmanem. And this time we are using móc. Not I know how to be a businessman, but I can be, right? In the meaning of I can't do this, right? So mogę być, I can be. And because we are saying who I can be, right? It's our who is who situation. I'm using biznesmenem. I'm using instrumental, right? Mogę być biznesmenem. I can be who? I can be a businessman. Mogę być biznesmenem, right? And the last one here. Jecie pizzę? Are you eating a pizza? Pizza, feminine noun. Pizzę, accusative, subject, verb, object, right? Jecie pizzę? Are you eating pizza? So intonation, if it's risen, suggests a question. So jecie pizzę? Are you eating pizza? I think it will be absolutely enough for now. Try to practice the sentences, just to read them. Let me know if it's clear, if you understand this, and I'll see you for another lesson tomorrow. And what we're going to do, we are going to look exactly at the same poster, but we are going to we'll be changing first person into a different one. So we will be practicing next time. So I can't wait. I really look forward to it. And thank you for today. See you next time. Pa!